So this is all the paperwork that you have to fill out
Yeah.
just to get child support to fix their mistakes and to get the corrupt Judge Gleason removed from the case.
Correct. And get your credit, with it, child support credit of $1,118.97, in addition to having Sydney during the visits of the month that I had her.
Wow.
I still haven't gotten credit for those. So I'm filing all this paperwork, refiled, even though there's already a court order, several court orders.
So just redundancy.
Redundancy, correct.
Okay. So they just throw forms at you, hoping you'll get tired of having to fill out all these forms and give up.
Yeah, I spent probably maybe 100, 200 hours in just all legal stuff, all legal documents.
Put it this way. I even took my case. In regards to Judge Sharon Gleason to the Alaska Commission Judicial Conduct staff and their staff. The executive director, Marla Greenstein, she just basically laughed at my allegations. My allegations are proven, are facts, court documented, submitted as evidence, and not once has she ever gone through my documents and reviewed my documents that were either through the state, from our Office of Children's Services, my former attorney, Michael Gorman's emails, or Kelly Serafine's OCS summary report, which all states that Attorney Marissa K. Flannery knew about her sister's condition and why she was in the witness list on my behalf. After we informed Judge Sharon Gleason with respect to Attorney Marissa K. Flannery's perjury, as an officer of the law, she has to report these crimes. Judge Sharon Gleason refused to report these crimes. Matter of fact, that's the only reason why the executive director, Marla Greenstein, refused to investigate. Marla Greenstein from the Alaska Commission on Judicial Conduct and staff are covering this up, are covering Judge Sharon Gleason's actions. That's the other agency. I've gone to both agencies, and they have not once ever taken their time to review my document or take a deposition from my former attorney, Michael Gorman, Kelly Certified, or even Casey Groto from Office of Children's Services.
So, police.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, put it this way: the only reason why I'm doing this is because of two things. Our late and beloved Senator Ted Stevens confirmed there was corruption in my custody case after reviewing my documents. Prior to him being indicted, my case was kind of sidestepped by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I continued to fight. And also with a letter documented from the Alaska Supreme Court Justice Morgan Christian would also confirm corruption in my custody case. And even then, Judge Gleason continues to refuse herself for my case. As right now, presently, she's continuing to preside for my case. She's gone so to the extreme that now she wants me to suppress my testimony and violate my constitutional right, my freedom of speech and expression, by trying to get me into a psychologist, which she appointed by the other counselor, another corrupt attorney by the name of Stephen J. Priddle. Not a fair and honest psychologist, but a psychologist they wanted to appoint.
And publish the letter of duress, you know?
Oh, I will do that. Matter of fact, I won't even take the test. I won't see a psychologist as I'm going pro se, for the simple fact that I am still going forward with the article of my Senator Marco Rubio to go in front of the Judicial Council, in front of Leahy and Grassley and Congressman Issa to prevent Judge Gleason's nomination. And then what they're trying to do is they're trying to sandbag me and keep me from going in front of these members in front of the Judicial Committee and say that I'm insane. I would not put myself in that situation.
Yeah, but see I want you to know that you can get the voice of tens of thousands of others behind you, that what they're using to say you're insane is another already documented modus operandi for the RICO indictable crimes. That's how they're racketeering. They're using a fraudulent mental health exam that now the state's attorney generals have already recognized is fraudulent. So that's one more piece of evidence that you could point out if you put it in writing. Some heads are going to roll for embezzlement.
Oh, big time. It has to be, because you know what? You cannot ignore the individuals that need to come and testify with respect to Attorney-at-Law Marissa K. Flannery. And again, I have to reiterate the names: Casey Crow, Kelly Serafine from Office of Children's Services, my former attorney's emails, and billing invoice that states that she had a conflict of interest, especially Kelly Serafine's OCS summary report, which states that Attorney Marissa Flannery did give testimony prior to her representing her sister, and Marissa K. Flannery affidavit. And all this is being covered up by Judge Sharon Gleason, by the Alaska Bar Association, Stephen Van Gore, Louis Drestow, Donald McClinton from the Judicial Commission of Conduct is coming from the Executive Director Marla Greenstein. All these individuals covering up the corruption, systematically covering up, and refuse to get anybody to provide a deposition. Yes, definitely. We have to get this out. We have to get this out to the other families and see what's going on in families and our politicians, our state senators, to see what's going on in America and within our family courts. This has to be rectified as families are being torn apart. I mean, Nancy Schaefer said it best. There's nothing else I can say. Obviously, you know, for all those families that are still fighting, continue fighting, continue exposing, and we all have to do this for our children.
Very good.
As a matter of fact, I just sent you some more material with regards to her husband, Thomas Howard Hall, that was found by the psychologist as a mentally unstable, an alcoholic, an abuser, and an unfit father. Testimony of one of his exes, and also the case number who was the psychologist and where. That's good. Yeah, and you know what? The funny thing is, we Alaskans, they need to call up the Alaska State Trooper and inform them what's going on within the family courts. And inform them for the Alaska State Troopers, inform the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and inform your senators. Very good. You have to be persistent. You have to continue moving and be on the phones and make sure that you're not going away without a thorough investigation. They think by brushing us off, we're going to quit. That's what they want to do. That's what they want us to do. I didn't think of that. They want us to blow us off.
I didn't think of the Alaska State Troopers. I didn't think about notifying them on the certified distribution list of our evidence. But that in Arizona with the Mesa kidnapping in Arizona, it was when we right away we faxed to the internal affairs of the police commissioner when the social worker lied about having an order. So I didn't think about this. Alaska State Troopers need to be informed about.
Because the Alaska State Troopers also fit to the sheriffs. Yes. But even though the sheriff is actually probably within the states, the higher office. And then it goes by the state troopers, and then your local police department. But go to your sheriffs, go to the state troopers, inform them what's going on, and even if it's a perjury. Yeah. Even if it's a perjury, we have to submit these as evidence. Yeah. You know, inform them, let them know what's going on with their family law.
Because that's a felony as well. That's a felony as well, abuse of law enforcement. When you lie to a law enforcement official, you're abusing them. When you tell them you have an order that you don't have, and you got an order through corrupt means, through manipulating the system, you're abusing law enforcement, and that's another felony charge.
Matter of fact, I have a sworn affidavit which I'm gonna scan, and I'm gonna be forwarding it to you within the hour after we hang up. Okay. And I would like Alaskans to contact our state trooper, Craig Allen, and David Wilson. Force them to do an investigation. Do their contact information. Okay, great. And have them call them and force them. We got to force these guys to do their job. I understand they're going through getting political pressure from the Attorney General's office and the Governor's office, either from Burns, the Attorney General, or from Parnell, from the Governor's office. But they were sworn to uphold the Constitution of the United States, to uphold these laws. Yeah. And once they are sworn to uphold the Constitution of the United States, they have to, by law, to conduct a thorough investigation. And when you do that, you provide a subpoena, a sworn affidavit, a sworn affidavit notarized, because your allegations means they can't brush them away. They have to investigate.
And Alaska State Troopers and law enforcement, they are all they're human beings too, and they have families and hearts, and they've been victimized as well. But at the same time, I honestly hold faith. There are more good people than bad people, and I know God can touch anyone's heart to do the right thing. And as long as we get the information to them, the good people will show up, and I'm sure they'll show up in force. You know.
Yeah, these two gentlemen are impeccable. Unfortunately, they're getting pressure from the governor, either the governor, the attorney general, or from the judge. So somebody, they're getting pressure where they're trying to preventing them from investigating, even bringing these people under to provide a deposition or under oath or under subpoena.
Let me. All right.
Right. I will provide you. I will provide you with a business card. I will provide you with my sworn affidavit notarized. Yes. I'm going to get that scanned and copied. I'm going to within the hour, and I'm going to also put and that's about it. And what I sent to Officer Wilson with regards to signing a conflict of interest notice. Okay. And all the emails between myself and Officer Wilson. And I go, and some of the stuff that you'll see my emails between myself and Officer Wilson will be kind of disturbing, but at the same time it has to be exposed, because I believe that these awesome, impeccable state troopers are being forced by either a governor or
right. So that's why if we let them know this evidence and how we're moving towards the Senate and we're moving towards federal intervention, you're going to get those Alaska State Troopers that read this, and their families and everything, that will be touched to say, I'm not going to be used to cause harm. I'm not going to be abused, and I'm going to second guess everything that an OCS social worker tells me.
Correct. And this is, I believe, this is coming from the superiors. They want to do their jobs. Unfortunately, they can't do their jobs because of their superiors. And then because who my former sister-in-law, Attorney Marissa K. Flannery, is, and who she works for, was Sonosky Chambers, Sanchez, Henderson, and Perry, LLP. The law firm is powerful. It goes from Anchorage, Alaska, to California, to New Mexico.
What's the name of the law firm again? What's the name of the law firm again? You know, law firms and lawyers have to have malpractice insurance too, and they can be sued for malpractice. Say the name of the law firm.
Right, and I will go after for malpractice, because she committed the perjury while she was there, employed by Sonosky, Chambers, Sashi, Henderson, and Perry.
Very good.
So, and hopefully you guys will review the evidence from Chandler's husband, Thomas Howard Hall. Okay. And I provided that evidence.
No, when you take the link to listen to the sound file, you're going to see everything that you gave me published on the page, all the documents.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Let's expose these people. Let's bring these people to justice.
Yes.
Expose it for the American people, for the families, for the children, for Nancy Schaefer, for Senator Ted Stevens. Yes. And all the good hard-working officials out there, like the Alaska State Trooper Craig Allen and David Wilson. They're trying to do their jobs, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and all the senators up there that are actually trying to do, like Grassley, Senator Marco Rubio, Senator Leahy, Congressman Issa. All these gentlemen are impeccable. They're trying to do the right thing. Unfortunately, not too many of them. And hopefully we all go to and we can open their eyes. Our eyes are probably already open. They just can do so much. But we have to keep the pressure.
Mr. Jesus Lazaro Ecennaro, you have my utmost respect as a fellow new civil rights hero. All right, you're a good man, and you've given us so much. Thank you.